So in this video, we will learn how to use Excel to create the relative frequency distribution, percent frequency distribution. And the example we'll use is the one we've already worked on before. It's about hotel rating. In the previous Excel instruction lecture, we already introduced how to create a frequency distribution using the function COUNTIF. And now we want to use the frequency distribution we've already built to create our relative frequency distribution, percent frequency distribution. And first, you need to know how to calculate relative frequency. So the relative frequency we learned before is equal to the frequency divided by the sample size n. So what is the sample size? So the sample size is the total number of the observation. So we can get it very quickly by adding all this number together. We should get the total number of the sample size. So the total number of the observation. So let's first name the cell equal to total. So, and there is one more function I want to introduce. It's called sum. Sum means sum all the number together. So again, it's a function. It should start from equal sign. Equal sum, that's a function, parentheses, and which the data set is from E2 to E6. So that is all the number. That is the number of the observation. So we have 649 observations. So that is the total number. So now we can create our relative frequency distribution. And percent. So based on the equation, we will use the frequency divided by the total sample size, 649. So the first way we can do is you type in equal sign and select the E2 and type in the outward slash, which means divide by the total sample size, 649. So you use E2 divided by cell E7, you will get 0.06317414. So that is a relative frequency. So how about the next one? So for the next one, that's equal to the E3 cell divided by E7 cell, and then we got 0.095531587. So that is a relative frequency for the number of consumer rate the hotel has poor. So now I want to introduce a shortcut for you to get the rest of the relative frequency. So first select either cell, F3 or F2. So now you can see following in this area, it is showing you the detail of the function is equal to E3 divided by E7. So look at the first F2 cell is E2 divided by E7. So these two cells share the same denominator, and the numerator is consequence on the E column. So what you can do is to use the very powerful function in the Excel. But before you use that function, we need to label the denominator. So use the dollar sign. Put the dollar sign on E and 7. And then what you are doing is you will let the computer generate this calculation without changing the denominator. So after you do that, select the F3 cell again and move your mouse to the right down corner. So your open space, your white cross, change your black cross. Then left click your mouse and drag it down to the cell corresponding to the class called excellent. Then release the mouse. Now the Excel automatically, very smartly, to calculate the rest of the three categories. So you can check the F4 So the F4, if you look at the detail of the function, is E4. So which means you use 107 divided by E7 cell. So the E7 cell is our total sample size. And also you can check the F5. So F5 is used 252 divided by 649. So by doing this, it saves you a lot of time. So now the next question is, you think for each cell on the F column keep too many decimals, what you can do? So you can adjust the decimal based on your preference or the requirement on the question. Let's say we just want to 4 decimals, and what you need to do is first select all the cell and then right click your mouse, and you will have those options. Please go to, there is one option called format cell. Choose the format cell, and now go to the category, label it as number. So now you have option how many decimal place you want, and how do you want to show the negative number, the red color or with the parentheses. So now don't worry about the negative numbers, we just look at decimals. So as I mentioned, we need 4 decimals, so you can click the arrow to increase the decimal. So now we increase to 4 and click OK. So now you can see the original data set already changed to the number with only 4 decimals. So now let's see how can we create a percent frequency. So we just need to use the relative frequency times 100. So what you need to do is first place your mouse on the G2 and type in equal and select F2, which is for the terrible category, and the times, so which is a star means times 100. So you got 6.317411402. So you will do the same thing for the rest of the cell, or you can use a shortcut. So since this time the 100 will be a fixed constant, it never changes as you change the cell. So you can just place your mouse on the right down corner after the white cross change to the black, and drag it down to the excellent category. So now you convert the relative frequency to percent frequency. Again, if you only want to keep 2 decimal, please select all the data and right click your mouse and go to format cells and choose number. And now the default setting is 2 decimal places. So now you can just directly click OK. So now we convert relative frequency to the percent frequency, and we also learn how to customize the decimal places. So that's the video for the relative frequency distribution, percent frequency distribution.